solution to our Indian problem? Stop. The greatest kindness we can perform towards these intelligent, simple-minded people is to remove them from all communication with the whites. Stop. The great, beautiful, barren Manitoulin Island I discovered on the North Channel would be large enough to house all the Indians living on the mainlands of Upper Canada. That we proceed immediately and with expediency to invite the burdensome Indians to come and romp and roam freely in their island sanctuary. Stop.
Duly received your anxious telegram, oblige your excitement, and agree to the plan. We shall move the annual gift-giving this August to the Manitoulin. Let us say in Manitoulin, yes, instead of the usual Amherstburg for the intent you describe. You shall be permitted any procedures to achieve success, which I shall leave to your discretion, since there are far more important duties requiring my attention up here in the Canadas. Stop. Oh, lovely. Please correspond the results of your deliberation. Oh, P.S. If it really is unedible land, of no use to us, and if we can get the Indians up there, well, they'll probably die off anyway. Stop. Best wishes for the season.
Alone? How must I proceed alone?
Oh, P.S. Give bigger blankets. I shall authorize the shipment. Stop. And now, toward our ultimate goal. If we really are to obtain true control and understanding of this vast and wondrous land, then the language of the people must remain English, and the religion, the Anglican Protestant faith. Oh, no, that's the Protestant Anglican faith. Oh, silly me. Just so we can all continue to understand one another, correct? In the meantime, we shall devise a way before the French do to get the Indians to serve us. The work of Thomas Gummersall Anderson has shown that the reserve system is working at Coldwater. The Indians are converting to the Anglican faith in record numbers and are becoming civilized. We shall send him along with you to begin a new experiment, this time in... what was it now? Manitoulin, yes! Same procedures. Teach the adults agriculture and religion, and the little children elementary school. If it works twice, we'll do it all over the Canadas.
Righto! Terrific! I shall not fail my mission. Here goes. Boat! Get the boat! We're going to Look! Where? Over there! They've arrived! Just stay calm, Anderson!
All right, Bonehead.
Look brave and fearless! We'll laugh about this later!
Where?
Keep rowing! They're coming to help us!
Should he stop them, sir?
No! Let them approach! Just smile! Anderson!
Sir!
Quick! How do they look?
They look, big.
Recognize any of them?
No.
Are they all right and cheerful? differ with us?
I think so.
Keep the savages at bay! Savages at bay! I amuse myself. Okay, men, stand about and prepare for docking and delivery of shipment. I quote myself, 70 snow seasons have now passed away since we met in council at the
Crooked Place.
Crooked Place, Niagara Falls, at which time and place your great father, the king, and the Indians of North America tied their hands together by the wampum of friendship. Since that time and period, various circumstances have occurred to separate many of his red children of the forest. The increase of the white population have had the natural effect of impoverishing your hunting ground. New arrangements should be entered into to protect you from the encroachments of the whites. I now tell you my thoughts. It appears that these islands on which we are now assembled in council are alike claimed by the English, the Ottawa, and the Ojibwa.
No! Wrong! This has always been our traditional land.
Oh, therefore you agree with me. I consider that these innumerable fishing islands make a most desirable place of residence for you Indians. Your great father, the king, will withdraw his claims to these islands and allow them to be used for that purpose. Are you therefore the Ottawa and the Ojibwa, and the Ottawa willing to relinquish your claims to these islands and make them the property of all Indians whom your great father, the king, shall allow to reside on them? If so, affix your marks to this proposal. Manitoulin, August 9th, 1836. Signed by myself, Sir Francis Bonhead, and witnessed by the Superintendent of Indian Affairs, Mr. Thomas Gummerson Anderson. Oh! Now, if those in authority could sign their names right here.
Wait! Are you certain by signing this paper it means protection from your people coming here without our consent? and unlimited hunting, fishing, and trapping on all these islands. If so, wolf time.
Precisely!
Signal! Mukmonish!
Get your Mokmon.
I shall now leave you in the hands of this good sir.
Hey, sir! Permission to speak, sir.
What is it, Anderson?
Sir, I'm afraid, sir. I do not want to remain here, sir.
Why, Anderson? What about your contract?
Captain.
Oh, precisely. I hereby make you captain. Captain Thomas Gummersill.
Thank you, sir. I feel better. Much better.
Onward! Line! I hereby make the signing of this proposal a treaty and agree to meet here every summer in early August.
Sir, permission, Sir Anderson.
What, Captain?
Sir Pondhead, I shall miss you, sir. Oh, pardon the hanky, folks. I just had to shed that tear. Attention! I, Captain Thomas Gummersill Anderson, come in peace and prosperity to continue sharing with you the knowledge of this here good book.
Naš megde konjek dominame ton gashon. Weakzi winwik chibezit, ka gogan again ma jangasno. Osta orejig big dog. This is Mukmonish. He wishes for the Black Grove to visit his mother. She is sick in her wigwam over by the bush.
Oh, John, did you hear that? Perfect. I wish you'd baptize her as well.
T-P-O!
Oh, ce fut un long voyage. Je suis tellement content d'être arrivé à destination. Par là-bas...
par ici, à environ 10 000. Vous savez, nous avons beaucoup de travail à accomplir.
En ce qui concerne la bonne nouvelle...
Oui, et nous la connaissons, la voie qu'il faut suivre.
Oh, nous devons faire quelque chose.
Afin de sauver ces pauvres enfants de la forêt.
De l'hérésie.
Et les conduire vers la seule et unique Église du Christ.
Avec sa vérité salvatrice et ses sacrements.
Attention. Venez. Vous savez, nous avons affaire à un peuple noble, mais dont les croyances ancestrales ne mènent point dans le droit chemin.
Point, hein?
Traversons.
Non.
Oui.
Oh.
Nous devons être leur guide spirituel, tout comme je dois être votre guide dans la forêt. Ah, regardez.
Ah. Wickwemicong. Le bout du monde.
Vous avez rencontré les Indiens?
Les Indiens?
Oui.
Les Indiens, vous dites? Où? Où les Indiens? Où sont-ils? Où?
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Quand? Bonjour.
Non. Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Allez, venez, mon fils. Je vous expliquerai tout. Bonjour, c'est bonjour. Maintenant, ma tête à qui se compte dans le chêne. Kawamigna, j'aime le dos, pané, c'est chiqué. Buenas gaded naman, nagkakonye, ninjindiyo namay.
Gawin, nagkikiensin. Wapska, mina, papka. Sinigaga na batch.
Kiken na, et je te batte gone again.
Gawin.
In nomine Pater,
Nagatik.
et Filii,
De.
et Spiritus Sanctus.
Den maganak. Nagatik. De. Den maganak. Linees, de kade man.
J'aime beaucoup ce beau paradis et je vois clairement l'ouvrage qui m'attend. C'est une énorme tâche que d'apporter la foi catholique et apostolique à ce peuple docile tel de petits enfants. C'est frustrant. Ils n'ont pas d'évangile. Ils savent si peu et je suis épuisé à la fin de chaque journée. Mais je persiste. Tout au long de cette baie, tant de brebis perdues à convertir. Sans le support et l'encouragement de notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ, mort sur la croix pour des siècles et 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 des siècles, amen, j'aurais abandonné depuis fort.
When is it?
Nee, Papa, gib sie mir.
Kim is when na, Kim is commandant. Imeskundan jubeskamban dagunan. Nishin, biskun nitogunan.
Gawin, toganan agia kabis kana kida. Wenan again toganan.
Wenan toganan.
Miigwech no kanin. Miigwech no kanin. Weha, weha,
Bishin wabede nun. Bishku de. Oh, yeah. Wabe mokwa. Mishkeke. Migoe. O tapnan DEBAJEMUHJIG. Ben, skokken met kwijt. Hoe deed je me in? Ik bak niet maar. Ik je kan doen. Ik zit daar.
Chimigwatch! J'aime dedans! Minois! 15 minutes! Migwatch!
Me, we ain't got stowing tea, tout win mukseg, Jim Squinch get the margin.
Kdo kto me? Up the naming. Meanwhile we skatoing. Kai man the nishis no. Kdo kto me? Me akaso in dying. Meanwhile give him a team nadik forward. Win batinat. Gawin na skinakad at mekodeko niya nishis no.
Kageske yezimikwa, not am going, di bak negin minwa gwi, na nak twin the ming jay to twin mukseg. Sanga wa manani, meanwhile, eske video teke se chikbam pien dana king. Wim coming kena, minekwe wene akazi shkakin.
Skodi apo! Nin megona! Meanwhile, give me gadigona! Wowochko, kshebash ksegad! Meanwhile, wapshkien jan migadwin! Gemaji guna jebe matye! Pitenda gosit benishi.
Pour l'amour de Dieu, pourquoi vient-il si près de moi? Appelez-le, appelez-le.
Nada more, Shannon.
just wait on anig. Gehigish quebijig. Meanwhile, Kangab nanig, quewagwam jet don't kick. Me guap just quegan, je one don't kick, gishpin weak she, he patty one jetun moad.
Qu'est-ce qu'a dit la squaw?
Ah, vous, monsieur Prou et Charles de la Ronde, êtes expulsés de l'île pour trafic d'alcool. Nous vous déportons sur l'île du vieil homme où vous pourrez y vivre librement et boire votre eau de vie jusqu'à vous en étouffer.
You will regret this. It is a mistake you make. I will inform the right people that you, and especially you, have no right. The land here is for all to share. Straw, huh? My brother from the crew. He helped start this place. Sit.
Kiken mendanes. We bago kuis na me. Gus kimaja. Indo ko ejmat megdek kunyen.
Squatch, Gayam Wad, Bastangak, Nigi Minago. Me at the Albegate. Oshman, Gay, Nimanez and Kikada. Nongwa, Kimik which one dame, Wisni ye.
Look, we must find food, but we shall all starve. The Indians are adjusting badly to staying here. The clearing is slow, and only then can we plant. In the fall they go fishing, and in the spring they go to the forest for the maple sugar and the bark. But the wild game is getting less and less, and we do not know why. That leaves nothing for the unbearable winters. And without money, we cannot set up trade.
Well, I am sorry, but given our present circumstances, there's not a thing we could do about it. Good night, gentlemen.
Voyez, le gouvernement ignore nos demandes puisqu'elles lui parviennent dans une langue et une fois qu'il prétend ne pas comprendre. Mais nous devons persister, puisqu'on est au mois d'août et que bientôt à Manitoulin se tiendra l'échange de cadeaux.
Mami kwendagut, ene shashwe bakke gu matsuning. Yet the web the wushi meg de kunye, now keeps going down on the kinwe ke the mage de schnabe. Sage gnane tvo me gingo. Mino da shamke. Chiguk do benoji kan gunane, the shpog na benoji ngao ying.
Jin can don Benoji Kago. Gan we ada Benoji monkey netter gashe.
Tek shakwi mi go twentam pues. Quendan, shemne do nag duelmik. Mino sheshes sake.
Gan shapne inyan ziwe gashe. Dixish Kago. The mom in one the ma. Gan gedona duego sina. Gan the man nishes non.
Ke go kit kewe.
Gan manda inyan zi. Minikwe when me one the mail. Ebata rurangi. At the man the women what melzi. Gan gwek shwebzino. Nina ma japikan. Gje win the wabia. Grin gish kak da Benoji montage bemadu ke je debwe mi geginwe. Nu ich ke kianji bni. Ani da shkinwe anji yawe. Di abe wap shkek de gishnok gishbe. Abdek fakan we ma toke.
Ke go the mata ke west. West.
Nous devons construire une nouvelle église pour nos fidèles. Et pour cela, il me faut une lettre des chefs pour appuyer ma demande d'aide auprès de mes amis français.
Oh, je sais. Envoyons de l'art indien, le plus bel art indien. De cette façon, nous pourrons envoyer une lettre de supplication expliquant la misère de nos Indiens et la nôtre.
Vous avez raison. Vous vous occupez de l'art indien, moi je m'occupe d'obtenir la lettre auprès des chefs.
Oh, d'accord. Oh.
Namigamek, Kamenezna, Abji. Namigamek, Kamenezna, Abji, we just doing. Gadagi, Bekosenman, Majibigan. Gadagi, Bekosenman, Majibigan. We Jibiman, Jake Wemba. Jonya Manda, we Jitgain. Gitgaming, Manda, da J Nindadum.
Kitchigami. Nisha Jet, the Gashnamaga.
Jimani.
Vitane Wasa. We go back to much time.
Kitchigami. Vitane Wasa Tewe.
I am to write this letter in request of a new church for Wikwimicum. I was hoping you would help me with the writing. Could you help me do that?
You must not write the letter without the approval of the Governor General first.
Well, how long would that take?
Oh, about 1 year.
I think the fathers want it before that.
Do you speak French?
Going.
Well then, are you not afraid that the priests might make you sign a document against your better good for your people? Did you think of that?
No.
Well then, you must. If it was English, all right, but French, piss off. Too risky. Meet with the Governor General first. Besides, what do you want a new church for?
The fathers want to share their prayers and hymns in a permanent shelter.
Oh, and what is wrong with our onward Christian soldiers marching as to war with the cross of Jesus going on before? Well, what do you think of it?
It's good. The children would enjoy it.
See? Want to learn?
I don't sing much in general.
Your English is quite good. Why is that? Oh, would you consider working for us?
Working for you. To do what?
translation.
But I do not write English either.
Well, I'll make a deal with you. I'll teach you how to read and write if you bring your people here on Sundays. If you read and write as well as a singing act, you can get a job with government. Oh, the pay is finer than you could ever pray for.
Well, I don't know if my people would...
Don't answer just yet. Please, sleep and ponder the night.
Gawin. Anderson Dikta. Gawin Majibigan, Gadaji Bizina. Junior, we got away. Governor General, Tamak Degmanda, we begin none.
How dare you dissuade the Catholic Indians from writing a letter to people I know in France who could provide money to build another church?
Not all Indians write French. They wouldn't understand what it is you correspond. That is why approval should come from the Governor General. In the interests of the nations of Canada, we must keep international Indian affairs separate from international involvement.
That is, to use your English expression, ridiculous. It is but your attempt to squash our mission and to prevent the government from helping us Catholics. This Anglican mission you have built in Manitoulin, it is not working.
Ha! It is the language, in all due respect. Sir, you must understand that the English language is the only language of state. And these fine pagans are slowly beginning to understand that. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war.
Adeste fideles, laeti triumphantes,
With the cross of
You hurt my ears. You fight over religion, and you bring us into it. I'm a nation with spirits, all in one.
The more English you learn, the better they can communicate with us and ask us for the things they want and are rewarded with such. This fine chief here is willing to convert. He told me so this afternoon.
Kiwata, est-ce vrai?
Nakiwanetta.
It is only every summer in August when your boats come bearing gifts and attempts to take over more land. When Father Prou first came here, there were only 3 families. Now, there is over 500. It is 1845. We need a new church. We have proven our success.
I intend to build houses for all the Indian Catholics all along the road to Manitoulin, and a church on the north side of the bay.
That is a foolish plan. It is like you wish to keep the Catholic Indians out of Manitoulin. Since a church won't be built in Wet'suwet'en, then it should be built here in Manitoulin, so the government can witness for themselves how many come to it. If not, I will see to it that my Indians stop coming here altogether. Grant them your permission for the begging project.
You have written the letter already, haven't you?
I have to. I am a missionary. This is my mission. This letter, and the church will follow. A Catholic.
You have written the letter for them, and you want me to approve it? This is not my mission here. Enough! Let us have peace. Case closed. When I came here 6 years ago, I had the ardent desire of seeing all Indians Protestants. And on all occasions, I pressed the pagans to accept the Anglican faith. But my attitude has brought on me much trouble and but little success. Look around me. They're gone. Everyone's gone. And I'm stuck here for the rest of my life.
But you have burned my letter. Colère, qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
L'art indien, la coiffure cérémoniale. Oh, envoyons donc l'Indien ici. My son, do you wish to go to France? Wait. Oh, my son, you can. We will send you there. Come here.
It will work. I vow we have a new church that's going to stand for years.
Your wife and your children. If while pulling it to shore you find it too light, tell me, and I will load it more heavily, and you shall pull it back to your country. we propose, on behalf of the king, that you proceed to cede the island, since you have yet to fill your part of the Treaty of 1836, which, when signed, meant that 9,000 of your race would take up residence on the great Manitoulin Islands. And since this number has not yet been met, we are making this treaty null and void. The island will be surveyed, and 25 acres allotted to each and every family. Come up, begin!
No! We do not want this land blocked and surveyed into sections. We do not want the white settlers. They have already arrived and are competing for the same game. They want to overturn the land and the development of industry. We want nothing of their way of life. We want the island kept intact for us to hunt and fish, as we roam freely all over and make our homes in Jigig, Chichikwani, Chegawenda, Golden, we Quipco, and we Quipco sing!
Constable, my hat, drum up, tube up. I have heard you. I can only say that it is too late for that choice. You have had your opportunity to build the population and cultivate the land. Now we will proceed with the survey, and you will abide this decision. Those of you who do not support the surveyors, beware! For they shall arrive at the Queen's own residence and have the authority of government to fight upon anyone who gets in their way.
On it, copy kidding. Kakshkian on it, go we was in the mall. Kakin the one on it, go nakli. Long what binash we squawk you on. Kagab not on it, Javab Bijab Manominacing. Going to get a big nasin on it, Jiboshko. Kod banana on it, echo skittoy. Kamigos, man, smoking on me, no bus kissing it. Cannot cause on it. Queen the Marganan on it, Jabagish Kabuch game, me no dying, son. Magegi go swing, Zinagasia swing. Going to man a scene on it, Mazinagan. Beki go keme. Go up to top and look in. Go fish it gangwa. A go skingwa. You seven, Gigo keme, sense keme, Minwa dying maga or stungy. Men begin what Jimon and Gob they get dead now. Mimon done not dawa. Gishpin man be dawa. Da be doing opposite meanwhile. Update Becca Queenness man with the modesty. Good jet test no opposite. Gigi go man do oxu and war. Manda scudeo bom ne quen, boni kan stop kregam done todo. Kai shige go pash kizgan, bejikin don. Ya be anen kayan anen min wa jiman pet kampde. Da ha. Vegen don. Da ha, on be just a we master ring pash kizgan we amen. Opa,
Vous les avez vus? Ils sont en colère et déterminés à ne pas céder cette fois-ci. Et pour cause. Les autorités les obligent à obtenir un permis pour vendre leur bois de chauffage, pour couper des arbres sur leur propre territoire. Mais regardez autour de vous, presque toutes les terres ont été défrichées. Et que vont-ils vendre comme combustible aux bateaux à vapeur qui accostent à leur quai?
Oh, je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas, mais ils se rencontrent là-bas. Non, là-bas. Qu'importe, ils se rencontrent avec les autres chefs à la place centrale de l'étudie.
J'ignore leurs intentions, mais nous devons être prêts à tout vous dis-je, même à la guerre.
La guerre?
Absolument, et ils en ont assez, ils ont les yeux rouges de sang. Et Dieu ne peut rien contre un homme qui a la rage au cœur. Oh mon père, prions pour leur sécurité. Et la nôtre. La nôtre? Oh mon Dieu, la nôtre! Eh oui! Oh! Oh! Mon père, je m'en vais à Batty-Wing voir les supérieurs pour leur demander l'aide. Il faut se battre avec eux, sinon nous serons conquis et expulsés. Ils me laissaient seul, mais vous êtes de leur côté. Rien ne peut se produire ici. Ça va se produire soit à Michijing ou Manitoulin au prochain échange de...
The 5 areas of the island you live on will be reserved for you to keep forever. We have upped the acres to 100 per family. It is your surplus land we must seize for others to use. I have gone to each chief individually about this, and they have agreed. So, you better agree too, or you won't get anything.
Let me see this in writing from your superiors.
I cannot. I refuse to take orders from a dirty Indian. You must take my word for it and not insult me with your disbelief. How dare you?
Then I refuse to. Oh, go, your word means nothing. None of us have agreed to do this.
Ah!
We come exuberantly in greater offering than ever before. Where only 100 acres was offered to each family permanently upon the surrendering of the great Manitoulin Islands, we now offer you much, much more than this. An additional 50 acres will be given to each male child over the age of 21 years. Another 100 acres for every orphan boy who would reach his majority, and an annuity of $4 whole to be given to each and every family member. And this is a figure that will never change. Coming in.
What do we do? We want nothing of this. We will not surrender what is ours for any of your offers.
Ah, such haste. Sir, please, you must help us. You must get the chiefs to sign. We'll send money to your diocese from government for whatever project you like. Oh, men, labor, food, anything at all. Just get the Wiki chiefs to sign. The chiefs from the rest of the island will sign for sure if the Wigwamacom chiefs sign.
Believe me, I will not do this. They are most opposed to any of this. And what would it look like if I work to convince them it is a good thing, when I know in my heart it will mean more suffering for the future?
Oh, but your mission and your church, it all goes so well you wouldn't want to lose it now, would you? I order you to sign for the chiefs.
You have made every attempt to ignore us till now, when perhaps we could be useful with your converts. This Manitoulin experiment has failed. And this you gave a lot of money to, and when we have asked for so very little, with 500 families and growing numbers in Wikwemekong, you ignore our requests. Why should we help you now?
You cannot deny assistance to government with order!
You are not my government! And you are not my armchair's government! They govern themselves! They've made up their mind. The treaty is no good. They signed those papers before. What did it bring them but deny them less and less freedom?
They are children,
They look to you as a father.
Not all of them. They resist you and your men. Their hunger is growing, but I do not know what their plans are. Not even for us.
My brother, we have again considered your offer, and we have not changed our minds. You have not provided any land for our children, boys and girls under 21 years, and all those who are yet to come. We shall keep our land for our children. For there was a time when we did not think ourselves as owners of the land. But now, you make us act that way. Because if we don't, you'll take it. Just like the rugs you place beneath our feet. It is here that Kashemnado has placed us to live. And here, we shall continue to live. And now we want you to hurry up with our gifts we came here for. And let us go back to our fields and gather what has grown in them.
My dear Indian brothers, I have heard your answer to my proposition. You are wasting valuable time with useless protests. The Great White Mother must have your land, and we shall have it. Oh, sure, other Indians such as yourselves have refused her kind offer. But in the end, they had to give in. And so it shall be with you. But I will say nothing to you as a body. Instead, I will visit each Indian personally and receive from him the land he has to give. Now, since the chiefs of Wigwamacong wish to think further on this, we shall reconvene on Monday, when you will put forth some sort of offering. An official declaration that I may take it to my superiors. Now, away with you. Please. Give up! Gifts, please, for everyone! Sing it out! Where do you think you're going, my old friend? Come, good chap, come! Behold. All right then, now, for the rest of you who have so much further a journey to go, let us cook for you and impart these wondrous gifts. Sir? Good medicine. Nope, wait. Okay, ready? From the top. Chop, 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 cheerio! My dear good friends, you shall not regret this. For now, you shall receive money every year for all the surplus land. On the top, again. Chop, 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 cheerio! Go. My dear good friends, I know you don't want to be forced into anything, because then, well, you would get nothing. But now, you get something. Right there. Excellent. Thank you. I cannot stop the white man from coming onto the island, for his numbers are very great. And you know, there's more than enough land to coexist. Wonderful. Good. You see, it's like this. I nor the Queen can protect you any longer. However, we shall provide for you all that is necessary for you to feed, clothe, and educate yourselves. There we go. Very good. Watch yourself. Very good. It is the fairest deal. Trust me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, up. Your left to right, your left to right. A skiddly-dum-dee-doo. We got what we want, we got what we need. Too bad for you. Skiddly-dum-dee-dee-doo, the skiddly-dum-dee-doo. We got what we want, we got what we need. Too bad for you.
Kinamazog! Scat!
Kinozwin Kadana. McDougal. Yabidog Yabwa.
Gastigo we come kong itapnesina. God ki wasina mandamnis. Aptek na chigana nek minwa misinig and the job is got it. Go, Mopi! Go! Fresh now, let's see it. To be cool, watch there. Get a zegamdam. There, he yells over there. Up the get and give us one cockna. The best cobra. Today, going dog you, dog will. This to another negamagic. When the she negamagic. Wopski, I walk.
Wopski?
Yeah. Geeks was up. But you him on others. You know, so we cannot take him now. You know what? The news when he was shocked to be there. Hey, he a cousin of he said, see, the news when cousin of Wash get shook, how they don't scare we don't get out and go to next year. Come on, the mother man. We don't be, I think we are. Man, no miss. There, I with the key. Gani, I'll pay the benzine on. The big come not give me good. Kai, get up, kid, I see, whoops, yeah. You all back. Bushman, that's not the wicked east of weekend, mama.
He knows when Kada.
Whoops, yeah. Give me the one. The wind. Watch the wind. Sit down. This is what what? He knows when Kada. Can't know which but king. Tija Buddhism, we both knows when K. Nin, you knows when K. Ni Jing, Pane. The Matsi Jigja. Kai Gwim Nendang Wopskia. Glen the Margesh Kusek. When the Mark Gabawa in the Margowing. Yaja Mikal Neshko Mak. Come not quash Konem, he spent Nadodoyak, Nongwa. Kegwa, Wapta Wishikewa.
Kito wena minwa chilipishko kine gunda gamigo chikman dominus.
Gibaja, Kiesius. Queen of all the Garbook, Skriabo, you make. Miguaja Minigaba, Kina Wapskia Gerumatuina. We knocking again then. Grakim now, we bapping them. Go in wash, Mexican Grenadian, Wapskieris. Grakwemwak. Brojik Nanik. Ya Bewa Beajik.
Osh me down the sing the majoing. Good mumpy, up on this good down. Ge go up skobike. Ge go we quench me on mumpy. Nin wewe kwamkom. Ji buying up chick wa minwa museum. Ge go give me quesino. Minwa gog ge go a bosh cuz gun should work.
Mitska! Kiwa wa big in the game. Bungy says tell me. Which got wet with sick.
What a way cheap answer.
And you, Commissioner, have yet to win over us.
You have accomplished what you came here for. Maybe now they'll give you a medal which you can show your grandchildren and tell them what for. When we held this island in sacred trust and ownership, I never thought I would see the day when someone like you could walk so easily and leave alive.
Now go and tell your superiors that should we discover that all your promises really come true and that we reap great rewards for our children, then I'll come to Toronto and see you myself and surrender the rest of the land you've been inclined to get.
Oh, thank you so much. You've heard it, sir. Your turn. Sir, what do you call them again? My dear brother Indians. My dear brother Indians, I see you are firmly united in your decision. It will be done according to your desire. You will be the owners of all the land of the peninsula formed by the Manitoulin Bay and South Bay. And a proper deed of it shall be given to you. But if any Indian without land comes to you, you will accept him on your reserve and help him, since you have more land than you need.
We promise to admit on the reserve such Indians as would have no property and would be in great need of assistance, as we have always done.
Very good.
Wait! Wait! One last thing before you go.
Yes?
That the embargo put on the sale of our corn would be lifted. It is our only means of a living.
Unacceptable. Sorry, can't do it. So it shall be that all of you Indians east of this peninsula shall abide by the Treaty of 1836 under the protection of the government. And this territory shall be called from herein the unceded part of Manitoulin. I mean, not a seed sprout on here again. Ta-ta.
Chop chop! Cheerio! Woo! Chop chop! Cheerio! Woo! Official decoration! Great white bar!
Hanişmendege kançı kupçeyin mundak fenoçiye nasmiyat. Mendege ki kupçak veges inosen kadman ve treaty. Kaymen kaçkıda gitmemesi. Gınavım dışge with one kunenok. Mendege de kandıgıcı yapvat. Gaydaş bunu şakçın ensiyok. Kimçege na mat ve devend mat. Mignaya gina sapegi şıçgen bak. Oh, yeah, someone did not king in
we bet con ending. Sections, we dine. I'm bad, neem da. The bishko now we kagi neem sing. I'm bad nigam da. The bishko now we kagi nigam singing. Coming in dog was a man.
Noah's when I get up and on him. Mas din aganing squash it to him. Sinagan gimak going one on it. Monda engine this is no gotten quest hard watch. Going go get go by menwing. Gianzino Miguel Kadakina. Going get an object POC walk. Get away to open order again and even on it.
You know swing walk. Meanwhile they put one wapski engine. We not the mago we trick twosy what P Miguel what a kid. Going dash whips and nowhere. Keep getting it, this is squad on Bob Piggy, Nick Quaid. It's not eating off the OG.
Ryan, what's that going in the caution?
Kina Skook, she get.
I want political power. Go in my bed, that's it. But the government will give it to me.
Kauče, kada ki moh to sitve madziček. Abdet da žene da devim zinegan. Da mađić da den unnozve na nožvi bi ga degen.
Migu gashi ganor mago and genin waking questawin.
Manda, da kim na. Kada chipti na. Kada nim nanik. Osh me wapshkin jandin win man. Kai ka begitne disi me. Win one je. Na how na?
Na how? Each one go to make. He says, meanwhile, one down I come again.
Majibigun, Gibbard, Benji, Bomagud. Please inform the Indians under your control that I have leased part of Lonely Island and its surrounding waters for fishing purposes to Philomène Prou and Charles de la Ronde, excluding the Indians from this territory. And I threaten to proceed in law against anyone who would interfere with them.
Gibber, Mabagigo Nagji and Bemshi Kangabegijik. Haman is gas, Rama Bikadi Manes! Oh,
tabarnak que je suis content d'être ici. En tout cas, on fait de l'argent avec notre pêche cette année, hein?
Ah oui, quelqu'un aurait levé notre licence, hein?
On va pouvoir rester avec les belles gadoules de Montréal. Les belles gadoules!
Hey! Where are you doing fishing here?
Hey! We got a lease from the overseer of fisheries, William Gibbard, mon hostie sauvage. And we can stay on this island here you evicted us to and fish in all these waters whenever we want us group tabarnak.
Kias even this. The island you live upon belongs to Manitoulin Reserve. We come.
We have feasted nothing and do not honor any document you bought from Gibbard. All the islands off the eastern shore are claimed by weak crown. And what the government has made you do is interfere with our rights.
This is a very cordial invitation for you to leave this island, which allows you no rights to fish.
Stop! Hurry up, get that boat going there. Don't get me away with that further. What are you going there? Hurry up! Preposterous! What does a stupid idiot think he's doing? Men, gather round. Be wary of the madman. My dear Indian chief, you come here so rudely to evict these law-abiding citizens who are protected by government and hold a proper government license to fish.
I don't care if they hold a 10-pound sucker on a good fishing day. I will not allow tenants to occupy this island who insult their landlord.
Well, come on, then. Act now with this gun pointed at your head. Come on. Strike me. Order your Indians to fight us off. Come on. Aren't you a madman? You stupid savage! Don't just stand there! Move!
You save yourself! We come here only as peaceful, respectful citizens. Only to protect what is ours.
I turn around, you shoot me, and I'll never come back. But you should let us go.
On fait notre cloche, mais...
Allez-vous amener du sauvage police! Allez-vous, trez-vous, mes chiens sales! Course, tabarnak! There! See how simple it is? You've got the paper, keep it at hand. Better keep it at heart. My mighty gun. Watch where you go, Johnny. Hurry up with this boat out.
No longer wish you to occupy this island.
But my paper! And my heart, sir! Oh, you son of that person! Call me the tight!
Good job, paper! Good job, good job, Margie!
And if you come back, we will baptize you Anglican!
Kiezi Minismanda. Godmother, Badzimagat. Meanwhile, Gigowick.
Regardez-moi cela.
Oh, notre succès à propager la parole du Seigneur serait mieux s'il ne gardait pas ces rites païens.
Ces animaux devraient servir de nourriture.
Oh oui. Moi, en tout cas, chaque fois que je lance mes filets à l'eau.
Bien. Les avez-vous vus parler à ces sauvages, ceux aux animes qui je n'ai jamais vus à l'église?
Jamais. Toute cette cérémonie de nègre, le festin pour les morts, le calumet de paix. De vrais païens. De vrais païens. Pourquoi ils ont besoin de tout ça?
La parole de Dieu est lente à se faire comprendre.
Oh, trop lente.
Mais nous devons persévérer, puisque de moins en moins d'entre eux se présentent à ces rites païens.
Si oui, Dieu merci. Mon père, qu'est-ce là-bas? Oh, Marie-Mère miséricorde!
meet at?
We shall go to the Club of Gamick. Father Sode lives up there on top of the hill. Oh. I want him to witness.
Very well. Attention, please, Doc. All constables, reinforcements, stay attention by my side. Come on. Hey. Ha!
Under the B6.
I am William Gibbard, your overseer of fisheries, and I've been sent here on orders by the Honorable William McDougall, Superintendent of Indian Affairs and Commissioner of Crown Lands, who has instructed me to take
mean
control.
nothing to us. These Indians before you are not subjects, but are allies to the government, and you have no authority to give them orders.
I have direct orders from the superintendent, who has
Our case is before the Governor General, and we are awaiting his decision in regards with this whole matter. Under the...
It's that matter I wish to specifically address. I am here to arrest all those involved with the eviction of the Pro and Dilleron families from Lonely Island, and for not honoring the fishing licenses issued by my ministry.
You do not hear well. Let me clap your head broadside.
You're under arrest. Now, where was I? Oh yes, right here. Who else was involved with the eviction?
I will go to Quebec and plead our case before the Parliament. You will be stopped.
Your French Quebec means nothing to me. First of all, as many as you can, they're all guilty.
No, you shoot me with the bullet right here, or you take no one from this property.
Go ahead. Do as he wishes. Shoot him to save your soul.
That would make you happy, wouldn't it? Now, if he wishes to go to the highest authorities, so be it. Cut him.
It's all right, I consent. You let me go, and my action shall be warranted by the highest authority. But do you really think you will be safe to take us away? Look around you! Open your eyes!
I see before me a slight setback. By the festering source of the devil's ass! Constables! Regroup and stop! Fools! All of you! Could not one of you step in for my assistance? Must I do it all myself? Now I shall have to tell my superior that the Indians were well behaved.
Why? What a way to treat one's own.
Only a little disillusioned right now. Their political status is being played by the heavy hand of a genuine mission. This is a game to them. They have no interest. They are just gleaning in the confidence the Indians bestow upon them. Onward to the Sioux, then back to Collingwood. But first, we must stop at Bruce Mines. I need a drink.
I'm told you're a journalist. Take my story. Gibbard, your overseers of fisheries is on his way from Quebecong and will shoot me on sight. I have to have my story in print, and I want you to write it. Wow, fascinating stuff. Actually, I only do freelance. But I do know a publisher who would give great layout. Possibly front page. The name is Blaine. Oh, and incidentally, what I do is counsel. I am barrister here.
I have nothing to pay you.
You provide me exclusive rights to the story and tell no one else, and I'll stay and listen.
Good choice. My family must know my whereabouts.
Well, what brings you to Bruce Mines?
I'm here to get help for the people. We will outnumber them because the word is out to the northern shore. My brothers living on the mainland are worried of these same deals. Gibbard is prepared, but so are we. The spirit of my grandparents is in this maneuver. My mother raised me to look ahead. Thunderbird is my totem. I have protection no one can overpower. There is no end to the cause except to reclaim the entire island back. That is the only choice left.
Wow, great story. How do you spell your name again?
Never mind, I'll get all that later. Just put thunder. Yellow thunder.
So keep going. And
Miami!
What is this I see before me? It's a greasy, bloody savage. Time up. Let's take him under the dark side, and I'll club him a lesson.
Very good, son! You tie me with these grips, but I shall chew my flesh until I'm free. That's the only blood you will get from me. There! The people at work! The Manitoulin will be ready! The brothers are quick messengers and are faster than any of these steamboats! They're giving us time! See? That's power! One strike of fire and your work is gone! We sell wood at our docks for their steamboats, and even that they extinguish. They stop any boat that comes here anymore. You know what we call you? And all the men that work in your fields? Fish guts! You! The man who deals with fish guts all day! You know what happens to fish guts? You know what happens? The monsters come out! The arms are running!
Great Spirit Island!
I wish I was born a bird.
Created the universe! Japan,
If I was born a bird, then I could sing.
and needed a resting place.
And chose this island. Yeah, everyone knows about that. Tell them what really happened.
Blaine, the reporter, became the barrister who put up bail for Ozaulimki, who spent 2 nights in jail.
Big deal. Tell them what really happened. Maybe I should sing about it. Well, I'll try. Ozaulimki is let go, and boards the same boat as Gibbard.
The plowboy! Steamboat! Get it? Oh, those rudders hurt my tail!
Strange things happen in these waters. Look.
I failed my ultimate mission to get Wequimacong to surrender that portion of the island. And now I must be embarrassed and further harassed in Quebec. Do they really think that by sending the 4 chiefs along with me to Quebec will smooth all that has gone wrong?
that admit to anything less than the surrender of the remaining islands. I want my licenses honored. I don't need anybody to tell me I can't sell fishing licenses anymore. How is my ministry to make money? The governor and queen gave me a pistol and the Fishery Act. We wrote it for the Indians. I do not see the problem here. We wrote it for them.
2 days later, his body is floating in the North Channel.
And they brought Uzaldimki back to court again.
With complete lack of evidence, he's let go.
And the verdict still remains until today. Murder by unknown person.
Yes, what a smokescreen, eh?
A smokescreen?
Well, it's so obvious what the British were trying to do.
It was in the newspapers.
Exactly. Hiding what was really at hand. Implicating a chief and a priest in the murder of a thief? Imagine, do you see?
Through a smokescreen?
The British have succeeded in not resolving the situation at hand.
Which is?
Fishing!
Woo! Yes!
Now, if you could be the one living inside of these waters, then you could see our world from our perspective as your fish. Don't be shy. Come on in. Fish don't bite. And I'm going to share a little song with you. It's called Breathing Through My Gills. Harmonica, please. Hey, 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 yeah.
nation.